gone from super crazy bot lanes to hyper scaling top laners and aggressive stuff, and then we're just going full circle into tank tops, scaling mids, you know, like it's kind of...
This is a massive pick for the Shy, though. The Shy is setting...
You get a little bit of a less preferential base, but Shun gets to steal the camp for free, and he could look for Azir.
Well, Bin with a nice little knockback into the Shy, but unfortunately
he just flashed on Azir
left to work with. Now hold on, Xiaohu in some trouble here. Gets stunned up. Yagao following up with the damage, and now the chase gets paid its first blood over to Yagao. Meanwhile, back in the bottom lane, the 2v2 breaks out. On's in some trouble. So much damage pours in, and Light pierces his heart. Also being a champion who has an aggro drop in his Twisted Advance to further facilitate those dives. And here they go. On throws out the binding, but it's not going to be enough just yet. Elk uses the cleanse, but he's not the target just yet. On having a flash, but he still dies. Elk's going to be hunted down, and Light gets a double.
They know they need to start knocking down towers. They need to get out of that 2v2, but this took a lot for them to get. And the Kalista farmed so many plays down on bot side.
And that's the thing, because you've now got Light, who's in such a good position after getting
the game here for themselves, and it doesn't look like BLG's got anything to respond to it with.
I mean, how do you respond to the boot? That's why Weibo are starting this up. They will lose bot tower, but honestly, you're kind of doing what you need to here as BLG. You avoid the fight, you still get a tower.
But of course, you still then have to be getting that past all those frontliners.
Okay, nicely done from Bin. He waited for the Bellows breath so the Shy would not be able to immune the ulti, but now he's looking to keep this going. He goes unstoppable again. Flashback over the wall from the Shy. Q3 comes out from Bin. He doesn't have enough damage just quite yet, but the K'Sante takes him down. It's a solo kill for Bin.
It's a dash, bash, but Bin is able to come out on top, and now, with that struggle, they're coming in for mid lane as well.
They go for the Maokai ulti. They find Shun here in the front as they follow it up with a hostile takeover. On's gonna be the first kill, and Weibo are looking for more. They chase after the Sejuani, who does not have his Arctic armor or the Aftershock any longer, but they won't find anything else. Xiaohu still potentially looking here. He has the ulti available, way down to half HP, but they gotta be careful on the other side too. Shun also half health from the Sejuani. Light on the Kalista, leading the minions down the mid lane to take out the tier 1 turret and bring this game.
But it was never gonna be enough to get a kill.
Meanwhile, back to live. The Shy is the target yet again. It's a 3-man collapse. Make it 4 with a TP. Yagao goes to the skies. The Shy goes to the dirt. And BLG for the rest of it. You still don't have the fully evolved Muramana for Yagao's Jace. Lux Laser flies out and finds Light, but that's it. Sejuani ultimate goes right between two. As now the Maokai ulti's waiting for the counterattack, and Bin TP's into the middle. The Shy's not going to find his engage here yet. Hostile takeover hits the K'Sante, and meanwhile the Ornhorn flies over the top. Binding almost finds Light, but not quite yet. The Shy's here tanking up in the front, but he's gonna die. Elk gets the kill, and the Shuffle tries to buy a little bit more time. Crisp is gonna be shot through the head as On kites Light away. A double kill back over to Elk, and now it's BLG crushing Weibo. Yagao with an accelerated shock blast, and he'll cut down the tree. Xiaohu at least takes Bin, and he might get a second. The Emperor of Shuriva will die before the third as Elk takes Light out of the picture.
Coming in from all angles, knocking down the Shy early, being gold right where you need it.
Right back into live, right back into a fight. Maokai ulti flies out, and Shun's under a lot of pressure. The damage flies into the Sejuani, and he dies as hostile takeover finds Yagao. He's shuffled back into Weibo. Massive shutdown over to Light. Weibo just found Elk, and they're onto the Baron. Baron started up, 5v3. Bin, Elk, and On have to try to pull off the defense. The Shy down to 10% HP. Weiwei's gonna be taken low too. Bin zoning the rest out as the Shy will finally fall. Kalista with a ton of spears into the Baron as Elk is under pressure from Xiaohu. Bin is all out, but he's only one man. He goes back in and he finds a kill, but it's still Baron over to Weibo. It's still Bin about to go back over to Weibo. It's Weibo all day.
They've been doubted. They've been called frauds. They haven't beaten the Eastern team. They haven't played the top competition. Their time in the tournament is over. Well, here they are. To cash in on the extra time they bought themselves in taking the last Drake. They will surrender this one without a fight over to Weibo. Weibo moves. Shy is bottom. There's no teleport available for the Ornn, and Maokai still has no ulti. Weiwei's the target. They gotta try to keep him away. The K'Sante focusing the enemy jungler, going all out to take him all the way to the other side of the jungle. Bin will likely die for this, but they get the Baron on the side of BLG. Weibo, they won't get anything. Well, they did TP mid, so they're going to keep pushing. So now they're going to try to draw them out towards mid lane. They have full mid lane prio. If you don't back for this, you're going to lose a lot.
The Shy has already lost a lot. He's already lost 2/3 of his HP. Shun staying after him, finds the slow, but no about half. Some ulti still spent. Light does not have Kalista ulti ready to use here in this fight. Weiwei's going to get jumped on. Bin goes in. He's all out. He takes the enemy jungler away back over the wall, but he escapes into the sun disc. The Lux ulti comes over the top, and Bin is unstoppable. But what about the fight back in the Drake pit? The handshake onto Shun, who flashes away to stay alive. The dragon is secured. It's stolen away. Kalista of Light manages to steal the soul as Yagao wants to turn around, but he can't do it. Light's gonna put one through his R2. It's a double kill back over to the Kalista as Xiaohu kills Bin. It is so many dead on BLG.
It's Light who secures it, but it's Crisp with the hostile takeover that pushes Shun out, that buys the space for Light to secure it, and it's Weibo on the march. How much can they get?
Elk is up. The reset from On. It's 4 versus 2. The bot lane for BLG needs to make the miracle hold.
It's 15 seconds on Shun. It's Caitlyn Lux against everything. The minions are still coming. The Shy taking a little bit of damage here. They're going to be stunned up. No damage enough just yet. Finally, the Shy's going to drop on an Elk. Still holding on. A little bit more damage from the Luxy. Handshake back at Elk, but he ain't going to die just yet. Shun comes in, but he will not find the ulti connection. They're still getting away. Xiaohu, the ace in the hole comes through, but Crisp does a good job blocking it. Shun still chasing. Light is down. Crisp and Xiaohu running away. TP's coming in. Yagao wants some. Accelerated shock blast doesn't hit, but Crisp is slow. Renata doesn't get away from these. Bailout's not going to bail anything just yet. And Yagao with a counter punch.
BLG have to push and they have to try to do something right now. They can't afford to let anyone get away because the soul is going to be there for good, but they have no wave. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to get anything really much off this. Now they're going down mid. They can't stop the Azir, so he'll get back to base. And Yagao is not with the team, does not have TP, so it's just...
We got to get back to live here. The chase obviously goes on a little bit longer. We know Yagao comes in and kills Crisp. The dance in the mid lane continues as the coaches have to be on their edge of their seats for either side. Horn summoned. Light Binding's not going to block anybody. Instead, they're just going to collapse, and On is dead. Hostile takeover locks down Shun. It's 2 kills back over to Weibo. BLG is on the run.
That's it.
And Weibo is on the victory march.
They're going to push here. They're going to go for it.
Weibo have the Nexus in their sights. The super team needed to come alive, and semi-finals is where they look to do it.
BLG 3v5. It would take more than a miracle to hold him off here. Bin with a handshake back into the team. He's not going to live through this one. Xiaohu throws out their soldiers, and Yagao loses Guardian Angel. Bin trying to find a little bit of damage onto the Shy, but it ain't going to be enough as Elk tries to go forward with a 90 caliber net, but it doesn't matter. It won't do a damn thing. Weibo, through all the doubt, through all the disbelief, will earn their place in the finals. The hater